Hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having an awesome day, and today's video is going to be a little fun. So today we're going to be doing a video on my top 5 favorite foundations and my top 5 concealers. Now I chose these as like products that I really love. Of course I love a lot of extra products too, but I chose these for having slightly different coverage and finishes and formulas, as well as these brands, because all these brands have like multiple products I really like from each brand. So yeah, that's why we chose these today. I'm going to go over my favorite things, why I like them, and of course these are my personal opinions. If we disagree on anything, it's just makeup, it's not that serious. And now let's dive right on into it. Okay, before we get started, today's video is sponsored by Suic'de, who I've worked with before and are really awesome, so I want to thank them so much for working with me again today. And they have a ton of different acrylic, really heavy, nice organizers on their Amazon shop for holding different makeup products, skincare products. You can also use them for other things, like I think if you have a bunch of craft stuff, these would be great organizers for it. So today I am featuring one of their big acrylics, which this is a 3 stack, so these different sections you can actually take off. So if you didn't want like the big tall piece, you could just take off a layer of it. So they're stackable acrylic pieces. I chose the purple color for one of the big pieces just so I thought it would really kind of match my aesthetic, not too bright and colorful, but just a little pop of something something. And they also have a really cute brush organizer. It comes with the little beads in here and everything, and right now it is holding a bunch of my highlighter brushes, which are mostly Sigma, but it holds a bunch of my highlighter brushes. It's actually the perfect height for it and keeps them stabilized without like ruining the shape flat down. And it's really pretty to look at too. It's aesthetically pleasing. I love the really pretty pearls at the bottom. They're made of a really dense plastic, so it's not gonna weigh a ton. It's not gonna like weigh down your table or anything if you have a light small desk, but it's gonna be a nice elevated aesthetic. Check out their Amazon shop, see what you like. I mean, honestly, I think the little brush one might be my favorite just because it's so cute and simple, but also if you need makeup storage and you want it to be organized and not just all over your desk, these are really great options for you. Also skincare. The last one I featured was like a spin around thing, and it had like really great drawers for holding skincare. So check out their shop at the top of the description box, and thank you again Suic'de for working with me on today's video. Really great stuff at a great affordable price. Okay guys, so let's get started with foundations first. We're not going to do these in any particular order. I mean, we're top 5. Not doing this in any particular order because it depends on what really you want in a foundation. So the first one is going to be the one that I'm wearing today, which is because my skin is crap today, honestly, and I needed a lot of coverage. Usually if my skin's irritated, I'll use for a different one that I'll show you in a minute, but like I needed the coverage. I have tons of texture on my skin right now, and it was just like red, so I needed coverage. And I was going to wear this for a really long time because I have stuff to do later. So it is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless. I will also leave these products linked down below for you. Airbrush Flawless Foundation. This is a really great product. It is amazing coverage. It is more of the full coverage end. It is slightly dry on the skin. I have dry skin myself. It doesn't make it look flaky or anything, but if you had like patches on your skin, it might not be the best for it. But if you have oily skin or you're wearing this just for a night out, it's a great coverage foundation. It's a little on the pricier end, of course. It is Charlotte Tilbury, but honestly, I got it from Sephora and it's worth every single penny. Now, the one that I just mentioned is really good for irritated or sensitive skin. Still has good coverage. It's more towards the medium end, I'd say. I actually have 2 of these. I have them in 2 different shades. I have one at my boyfriend's house and I have one with me at my house. And it is the Uoma Beauty Say What Foundation. This comes in different shades. This one is T1N. I also have T2N, which is a slightly darker shade, but the slightly lighter one matches me better. So this is a really great coverage foundation, or medium coverage foundation, if you're going for like a lighter look. It is medium, so it's gonna like really even out your skin tone, but it's not gonna wipe your face clean and make a whole new base. So I think for medium coverage, if my skin is sensitive those days, I really like reaching for this. There's something about this formula that is very soothing on the skin and very light. It must be the ingredients in here. It feels really great for sensitive skin. So when my skin's irritated, this is a foundation I reach for. But you know, like today my skin's just red, I'm gonna coat it with a whole new foundation. So 2 different products, 2 different finishes, but really great if you're having irritated or red skin. Next up, a foundation that is currently on sale for $20 on Sephora's website, again, link down below, is the Bounce Foundation from Beauty Blender. This was super controversial when it first launched because their shade range was crap, but they have expanded, and the formula of this is so nice. I appreciate the fun, different, unique packaging on this because it looks like nothing I've ever seen before on a foundation. Now, when you do get to the bottom of it, because this is my second one, it is hard to get the last of the product out. I will say that, which is irritating. However, I love the finish of the foundation. It is, again, a medium. You can kind of build it to a full coverage if you want to. and I just think it's the most perfect middle ground. If you have like normal skin or slightly oily or slightly dry, I think it'd be perfect for you. And honestly, I don't know, it's such a good formula for being their first like makeup product that's not like a tool or a sponge. They did an excellent job. Like, I want to try the other foundation too because it's just so, I mean, I really like this one a lot. Next up, let's go to the more affordable foundation on the list, but honestly outperforms so many high-end foundations, and I do a full review of this as well. It is the Pretty Fresh foundation from Colourpop. You can get this at Ulta. I'll probably link Ulta's website down below for this link just because, I mean, a lot of people shop from Ulta and you get points that way. But the Pretty Fresh foundation from Colourpop. I am in the shade 20N, I believe. Yeah, Fair 20N, because I have a neutral undertone, kind of a cool tone or neutral undertone, so I kind of switch it between those two. But this is my perfect shade. It really does just melt in my skin. Something about this, I'm really bronzed today because I felt like crap. So I was like, let me bronze myself, make me look alive. But normally, without a ton of bronzer on, this is like my perfect shade. Like, it matches my skin perfectly and it just melts into the skin. It's great long wearing. If you want to see my full review, I did like a 10-hour long wear test, and like the heat, I was like doing laundry outside in the heat and everything, and it was like a lot. And my foundation still looked really good at the end of the day. So this is a great coverage foundation. It's medium coverage, and for the price, it is just absolutely fantastic. I wear this at least 2 or 3 times a week probably. Lastly, my luminous option. I would not suggest to people with oily skin, but if you have dry or combination skin or something in between like a normal skin, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous foundation. I almost said primer. Luminous foundation. I'm in the shade 130N. It is such a lovely foundation. Honestly, I really love it. I love really the setting powder too. You can actually find the setting powders in TJ Maxx right now. I've only found the white one. If you find vanilla in your TJ Maxx, let me know because vanilla is my shade and it's amazing powder. So the foundation is really dewy, really luminous on the skin. It is more of a lighter coverage. You can get it to medium, but like, it looks so beautiful, not super wet on the skin, just a slight dewiness to the skin, and the finish is really lovely too, especially when you set down with powder. You still get a little bit of luminosity without being glittery or wet. So I don't know, it's really nice. I don't know. I have a review of it. I'll give you more details in the review, I guess, but this is just a quick synopsis of like nice dewy skin day. Especially if you put highlighter on top, it looks amazing. So those are the foundations. I think that's the more better descriptions. Now we're gonna move on to concealers. Now firstly, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way because everybody knows Tarte Shape Tape. It's the best. It's so good, especially when it's on sale, and they come in minis too. Absolutely. I mean, I'm using the Shape Tape today. I can still see some blueness coming over here, but I did say I feel bad, so I mean, I think my skin's just not feeling it today, but like, it covers so well. There's a reason it is like a cult classic. They said they sell one every 12 seconds. So good. I don't know what Sephora did to get cooked out of the deal because it is a Ulta exclusive, but like, I need it. And now there's like a QVC exclusive right now that's going to come to Ulta later. It's like a creamy version of the Shape Tape, and you guys know I'm in there. I'm going to buy that as soon as it comes to Ulta. I don't want to order from QVC and pay for shipping and stuff. Next up, let's go to another brand that I did talk about in the foundations, and it is the Beauty Blender Concealer. Now this is called the Bounce Concealer. They also have a second type of concealer now, I believe, which I haven't heard anything about. But this concealer, now this one is too light for me. It is 1.2C, which is the same shade of the foundation, but I don't know if you can tell. They're the same shade, which I thought would match me perfectly. This is a really light, so I do kind of mix this slightly with a slightly darker concealer, just so it's not stark under my eyes. But the coverage of this is really nice. It is slightly drying, which honestly doesn't bother me because I usually set it with powder for creases or anything. And if you have oily skin, it'd probably be great for you. So this is a great coverage concealer. It is just not my shade. That's why I don't use it all the time, but it is really beautiful coverage, and I really like the finish of it as well. I think that picked the foundation over the concealer, but the concealer still has really good consistency, and I like it. And most people have oily skin, I think, so I think that'd be a great solution for you. Next up is the only other like high-end concealer, but I did get this for half price because they are leaving Sephora stores. So this is the Power Play Concealer from Cover FX. This is so good. Now the concealer thing looks really small. It actually has 0.33 fluid ounces of product in here, so you still get a bunch of product even though it does seem like a smaller container. And the concealer like wand is like a small little ball that kind of like barely escapes the concealer, which I think is really good for making it really tight seal in there so it doesn't go bad as quickly as like say a loose wand in a concealer tube. I really like it. I think the coverage is absolutely beautiful. It seems kind of pricey for $24. Just because it looks small, it makes me feel like I'm not getting a lot of product, but it is. It's very creamy and very good coverage. Oh, also I'm in the shade In Fair One. Alright, the last two concealers are more affordable options. So the first one is the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Concealer from Colourpop. This is really nice. I am in the shade Fair 10N, so my foundation is Fair 20. To brighten up my under eyes, I use 10 for my under eyes. And it's actually a really good, I would say full coverage, but it's slightly on the medium. It's not like a Shape Tape coverage, but it is actually really great coverage for the price. I would say I wouldn't trust this on my darkest of darkest circle days, but any blemish or mark on my skin that I want to just cover up, any scars or anything, because I do have a scar on the center of my forehead, which I can cover concealer every single day, it'll cover it with this concealer. So I think it's great for the price. Like, honestly, it's great for the price. And they have a really good shade range on that too. Now the other last concealer we're gonna mention today is something I've been mentioning a lot lately because I'm just really impressed with their formula, and it is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Coverage Concealer. This also comes in a mini size as well. I'm in the shade C1. This is good, you guys. Like, it is good coverage for the price, and it also goes on sale on Ulta's site sometimes. Like, Makeup Revolution makes a lot of dupe products. They make like a lot of kind of cutesy products to me, kind of like products, and then sometimes they have like a product like this that I'm like, whoa. Because they release so much, I guess I don't pay attention to every single release. But this is such good coverage, you guys, and it's very creamy. And my favorite thing about it is that the wand doe foot thing is so big and fat. Like, it's a big old applicator, which I adore. I'm only concerned that this is going to go bad. My Conceal and Hydrate actually got molded after a couple months, which was gross. Maybe like a year. I probably had it for like a year, which was kind of gross. So I'm going to see how long this holds up. But honestly, for the price, it's so worth it. I really love the coverage of this concealer for the price. It's like amazing. Anyways, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know your favorite concealer and foundation in the comment section down below. I'd love to try some new ones. I'm always on the lookout for some new face products to make my skin look amazing. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Again, check out InSweet's store at the top of the description box, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe out there. Bye.